Jim, when you look at what happened today specifically, does the Cano news make it more appealing to go out and get a Lindor or less appealing at this point in time?
I think it's more appealing. I think even if Cano was there, for me, you could make a run at Lindor. But now that he's not, and you move, I think, McNeil over to second base, Lindor should be in play. And I don't think, as long as you don't have to move a McNeil or a Dom Smith, which I think would be off limits for me, I would absolutely be able to be aggressive in that front. And, you have the chips, certainly, and you have the wherewithal to be able to sign them up long term, which is the reason why you would trade for him anyway, like we saw with, the Dodgers and Mookie Betts and whatever. So I do think that it makes a lot of sense for them to be in it, but it also gives you the flexibility potentially to try, somebody else. You could go to a third base side. You could try to trade for Kris Bryant, who's off a down year. You could conceivably pursue Arenado, who's already signed long-term, even though he has a no trade. So you certainly have more options now that the Cano money is off the books.
I already said Bauer was the perfect guy. Now I'm going to say LeMahieu, too. Right-handed bat, contact guy, the perfect guy just to slide into second base. I mean, he is tailor-made for the Mets during this offseason, would be a great target. The problem with this is, as much as he does like New York, I really think he likes the Yankees. I really got the sense last year that he enjoyed playing for the Yankees. He liked the makeup of that team. It fit kind of his grinder mentality. So I think with the Mets here can really be an annoyance to the Yankees and driving up the price.
Springer, we haven't talked about Springer. Real Muto, any of the two that Jim and Dave were just talking about. Who's your second guy, because you get more than one?
Well, I like what you said about Francisco Lindor. I still would go out and make that trade. Now, of course, you have got to sign him after that. You can't just make the trade for thinking of one season. Lindor's got to be a long-term prospect. So I'd look that way. Also, I think this Cano news puts Marcell Ozuna more into the picture, too, for the Mets. You can lock him down in left field. McNeil's going to play second base. This keeps J.D. Davis in the picture, I think, for the Mets a little bit more. He could still be the third baseman every day, and you go get a big bat like Ozuna to stick in that corner outfield spot. And maybe you still take a look at a George Springer on top of it to play center field, or Jackie Bradley Jr. I saw his name come up earlier. Talk about improving your defense. Well, certainly a guy like Jackie Bradley Jr. would do that in center field. So there's a lot of options here for the Mets, and I think the Cano news really opens up more doors for them. Instead of closing anything off in any position, now they have to look where they can improve at second or third or in the outfield and use McNeil's flexibility to kind of fill that spot as they go.